Welcome to ProMiner's YouTube channel. In this video, I'll take you through the process of configuring ProMiner to run an Ethereum node as a Windows service and connect to it from a user desktop session. If you haven't installed ProMiner yet, you can watch our previous video, which shows how to download and install it. This video assumes you have installed the ProMiner Windows service and the Control Panel app, and that the app is connected to the service. The app should look like this. It has a network connection to the machine and is connected to the ProMiner Windows service. Geth and Parity are switched off. The miner process is running, but mining is not switched on. I'll now run through the configuration settings you'll need to start a node. I'll run both Geth and Parity, but you can choose which ones to run. And finally, I'll show you how to publish the IPC named pipes so ghaith, Mist, or the Ethereum wallet can find them. First, I'll start Geth and Parity. If you go to the Details tab for your machine, you'll find all the configuration settings in the middle panel. You can turn off the mining process if you don't need it by clicking Stop Miner. And the miner status tile turns red to show it has stopped. I'll configure Geth first. Most of the default settings should be fine. You will need to enter an Ethereum address. And turn on IPC. And then just click Apply Config to send those settings to the ProMiner Windows service. And now Parity. Parity is slightly more difficult because it can run in either native or Geth compatible mode. I'll start with the native mode, so I just have to enter an Ethereum address, enable IPC. I'll also turn on dApps so the Parity web user interface works properly, and click Apply Config again. I'll now start both nodes by clicking the Restart Geth button and the Restart Parity button. You'll see the status tiles turn green to show the processes are running, and also the number of connected peers for each of them. You can also view the log outputs at the bottom, for Geth and for Parity. Parity will only take a couple of minutes to sync from scratch with its warp mode, but Geth will take an hour or two, so I'll come back when they're both fully synced. So, both Geth and Parity are fully synced and have good peer connections. Geth aims for 13 peers and Parity aims for 25. If you just want to run a node to help support the Ethereum network, that's all you need to do. Because ProMiner runs as a Windows service, it starts as soon as Windows starts. You don't need to log into Windows or run this Control Panel app. Geth and Parity will run whenever your machine is switched on. The rest of this video will show you how to connect to your node from either ghaith or Mist. Actually, I'm going to be using the Ethereum wallet, but it's the same for Mist. I've created a graphic to explain this more clearly. So, if you've switched on IPC for your node, it has opened a Windows named pipe to respond to IPC requests. However, because the node is now running as a Windows service, the pipe endpoint isn't available from your desktop. There are three options for your node: run Geth, run Parity, or run Parity in Geth mode. I'll show you Geth first. When you run Geth, by default it creates a pipe at //dot/pipe/geth IPC, which is the well-known path which Mist looks for when it starts up. But Mist can't connect to this, as Geth is running as a service. So what you need to do is use the IPC path flag to tell Geth to listen on a different path. I suggest geth.private.ipc. You can then create a tunnel which connects to geth.private IPC in the service, but publishes the standard ghaith.ipc pipe for your desktop. Mist can then connect to the tunnel, and all communication will be forwarded to your Geth process, and Mist will work. I'll show you that first. ProMiner makes it easier than it sounds. On the Geth tab, Geth is running with its pipe name set to geth.private.ipc. And on the Startup tab, you can see the tunnel will publish its pipe at geth.ipc. So I'll just turn it on and click Apply Config. I'll now run geth attach to connect to the node. And it's working. Now I'll start the Ethereum wallet, and you should see a message saying Ethereum node connected. And there it is. Mist is using Geth running as a Windows service. Adding your accounts to Geth is just a case of copying your encrypted JSON key files to Geth's key store folder. I have a key file I created using my Ether wallet in my Downloads folder. Now go to your ProMiner installation folder, C Mining ProMiner by default. Then ProMiner.MinerService, ProMiner, Geth, Data Ethf, Key Store, and copy the key file there. Geth will pick up your account and it will appear in the Ethereum wallet. And there it is. Okay, that's it for Geth. Next up is Parity. Parity has two modes, native mode and Geth compatible mode, which you can select using the Geth flag when starting Parity. I'll start with native mode. Parity doesn't have any way to configure the pipe name it uses. In native mode, it is hard-coded to parity.json RPC. Again, your desktop programs cannot access this pipe as it's running as a Windows service, so you need another tunnel. This time, I'll configure the tunnel to publish a pipe endpoint at parity.ipc. You can then select this pipe when you attach Geth. Mist can connect to this pipe too, but it doesn't work properly with Parity in native mode, so random things will break, so it's probably not a good idea. I'll set up the tunnel and quickly show you Geth attach. It knows Parity is listening at parity.json RPC, and the tunnel will publish its pipe at parity.ipc. So I'll turn that on and click Apply Config. And now you can attach a Geth console to Parity in native mode. And there it is. You can also use Parity's web user interface, which it publishes at 127.0.0.1 port 8180. I'll just accept the disclaimer. And you'll see the user interface requires at least one Ethereum account. I'll add the one from my Downloads folder. Parity stores its keys in the Windows user's profile. Because the service is running as the special local service account, the profile is kept in C Windows Service Profiles /local service. You'll need to use admin privileges to open this folder the first time. Then go to Local Service, App Data, Roaming, Parity, Ethereum, Keys, Ethereum. And just copy your account JSON file there and Parity will find it. And if I refresh the browser and accept the disclaimer again, Parity allows me to skip creating a new account. And my account has been imported. The last possibility is running Parity in Geth compatible mode. To do this, you need to add the Geth flag to Parity and restart it. I'll just show you the graphic one last time. When Parity is run with the Geth flag, it creates its IPC pipe at geth.ipc, again hard-coded. So I'll have to turn off the Geth tunnel, which was also using that pipe name. Then I can start a tunnel for Parity and publish a pipe at parity.ipc again. So, go to the Control Panel app, turn off the Geth tunnel and click Apply Config. And now on the Parity tab, add --geth as an extra argument. And click Apply Config to send that configuration to the ProMiner Windows service. And you can see Parity restarting in Geth mode. I'll leave that for a while to allow Parity to find 25 peers again. So Parity has found 25 peers and is fully synced again, but now running in Geth mode. Now I can attach Geth to Parity via the Parity tunnel again. And there we go. Next, I'll connect the Ethereum wallet to Parity, which works now Parity is running in Geth mode. Because I've published the desktop end of the tunnel at parity.ipc and not the well-known geth.ipc, I'll have to tell the wallet the new pipe name. To do this, I'll have to add a command line argument when starting the wallet. The easiest way to do this is to create a shortcut and modify its properties. So I'll go to my unpacked wallet folder and create the shortcut. Then right-click and choose Properties. I can add the argument to the target text box. I'll need to add --rpc space and then the full path of the pipe, which is //pipe/parity.ipc. Save that and then start it. And look for the Ethereum node connected message again. And there, the Ethereum wallet is connected to Parity running as a service. And there's the account I added. The last configuration setting for the tunnels is an optional security setting. By default, the tunnels publish the desktop end of their pipes with security which allows any authenticated user to connect to them. If you only want your login Windows account to have access to them, you can enter your Windows username in the published pipe user text boxes. Elevated administrators still have access, of course, but other normal authenticated users won't. My username on this machine is ProMiner, so I'll add that to both tunnels. And click Apply Config. Now, only my user account can connect to the tunnels and access Geth and Parity. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you find this useful.